Hi everyone. Today I am going to explain the topic matrices for MSET and JEE mains. So in MSET definitely we come three questions from the matrices. This is very important. The matrices are very easy topic, and the JEE also you get two or one question definitely. That means 4 or 8 marks compulsory from JEE mains. Okay. Now and quick revision about this matrices first. You all know in board what is meant by matrices and all this, but we go for the quick revision on this, right? So we define matrix now, an ordered rectangular array of elements. So you know that matrix is nothing but arrangement of elements. The rectangular arrangement of elements is nothing but matrix, where these elements are nothing but maybe real or complex numbers. There sometimes are valued functions or real valued functions also. That means trigonometric functions or logarithmic functions also can be expressed in the place of elements, right? You know this, right? Always these matrices are enclosed in a brackets like this. In this example you see. So you can explain other brackets like this or like this, right? So always these matrices are denoted with capital letters, A, capital A, etc. Okay? And in this example observe this arrangement of elements in matrix that horizontal and vertical way. The elements will be horizontal and vertical. These horizontal lines which are we call as rows. Horizontal line of elements said to be rows of the matrix, and the vertical lines we can say that they are nothing but columns of the matrix. In this example see, this is row 1, this is row 2, this is row 3, this is column 1, column 2. This is nothing but the example, the representation of matrix, how this denotes the matrices, right? Now, in this example we observe how many rows here is? The horizontal lines, 3 horizontal lines we see, observe 3 horizontal lines. So that's why number of rows is equal to 3, and 2 vertical columns, that's why the 2 columns, it's example in this example, right? This is how we define matrices and how we represent the matrices. Now, the next very important concept is order of the matrix series. See, what is the order of the matrix first? So, we observe in the example, we are showing rows and columns. That is, always matrix follows by m rows and n columns. That is, rows by columns actually, said to be order of m by n. We read as m cross n or m by n. So, this is example, this is matrix. We can say that here 3 rows and 2 columns. So that's why this matrix we can say that 3 by 2 matrix or 3 cross 2 matrices, we can say that. Simply we can say 3 by 2 matrix, this is right, where this 3 by 2 is nothing but order of the matrix. So similarly, now, so I write here is order of A in this example is 3 by 2, and how many elements is contained means just simply multiply 3 2s are 6. So this A is having 6 elements. So based on the order you can say that how many elements it's present. So we can say different examples also. I go for like this. So what is the order of this matrix for this? See, how many rows here is? Row 1, row 2, row 3. Okay, 3 rows. How many columns? Column 1, column 2, column 3. That means it is nothing but 3 by 3. 3 rows and 3. Always order will be, remember, rows will be first and then go for the columns. Okay, right. This is the order of the matrix. Order of the students. The last we see in the order of the matrix the number of rows by number of columns. In general, an m by n matrix order, how can we represent as a rectangular array? Here, let us A as a matrix, which is like this. The positions, the elements are A11, A12, A13, A1j, A1n. This complete contains the first row. The elements which are the first row, right? Next, the second row, A21, A22, A23, A2j, like this. Where I have the elements like this. Okay. In that, you observe here is AI1, AI2. This is clearly ith row. The elements which are in ith row. This is first row. This is second row. This is ith row. Similarly, this is first column, second column. Here we see jth column. The elements here are in jth column. This is a matrix rotation with m by n order. It contains m rows and n columns, right? So, see, same matrix we can also express as a shortcut as a compact form, as a smallest form. So, A is equal to, that is Aij, where it's m by n matrix, where I indicates always, the I indicates the row number and J indicates the column. That's why here is ith row means the I indicates row. Always the first will be I will be indicates row and J will be indicates always columns, right? Aij m by n. Where this I should be lies in between 1 to n and J will be lies in between 1 to n. Where Ij are nothing but natural numbers. Okay? This is a compact form for this big notation as the smallest form. This is very important. Based on this, we have a suppose in general in this expansion, in general we observe here Aij is nothing but ith row jth column. This Aij indicates ith row jth column element. This can also write, you can write I comma j the element. Where Aij you can also write I comma jth element. I comma jth. We can also notation like this. Aij is nothing but I comma j. I indicates the row, j indicates the column of that element. Right? This is a position actually. Ith row, jth column. This is very important. Based on this compact form, sometimes they are given question like this. So we have to express this compact form to the matrix form. Instead of giving matrix, they given some condition like this. See, this is very important. How do we are expressing this compact form to the matrix? See some example. See one example. I go for one problem based on this compact form. So construct. We need to construct a matrix. Construct a matrix of 3 by 3. The order is 3 by 3 order. So go for another. Instead of scalar matrix, I go for construct a matrix 3 by 2 of order 3 by 2. Construct a matrix of order 3 by 2 where the elements are given by the condition will be given by 1 by 2 absolute value of I minus 3j. So we need to construct a 3 by 2 matrix where the elements are given by like this. This is a condition. We need to construct a matrix now. It's very important. Now how we construct this 3 by 2 matrix? See, so we know that, let us consider A with a matrix with the 3 by 2 means, you know how to write, the matrix will be 3 by 2 means 3 rows and 2 columns. 3 rows, first row, second row and third row. This is a matrix with 3 rows and 2 columns. 3 by 2 matrix or not? This is a matrix with the 3 by 2 the given. We need to construct this matrix to another form. Should be like elements will be 1 by 2 of mod I minus 3j. That is absolute value of I minus 3j. I go for constructing this. I go for the separately I am finding here is I am simplified. First the position A1. I am calculating the value of A1. So the ith row, jth column like first row, first column. And I replace in the place of I1, j also 1. So the condition 1 by 2, 1 minus of 3, 1. I am substituting the condition. It will be 1 minus 3, 1 by 2 of minus 2 because absolute value is 2 by 2. You get 1. Similarly, go for finding A12 now. So I go for directly 1 minus 3 to the 6, that's minus 5 by 2 because of absolute value it become 5 by 2. Next I go for A21, the second row and first column element. So I am substituting in the place of I2, J1, okay. I will be 2, J is 1, 2 minus 3, that is minus 1, nothing but plus 1 by 2 because of absolute value it will become plus only. Now I calculate A22 now, 1 by 2, 2 minus 3 of 2, okay, 1 by 2, then I simplify this, I get 2 by 2, 4 by 2, nothing but 2. Similarly 2, 3 now, 1 by 2, 2 minus 3 to the 6, so 3 3 is a 9, will be minus 7, 7 by 2, okay. So there is no 2, 3 elements, right? Sorry. So here up to A22, then you go for A31, okay, A31, I in the place of I you have to substitute 3, in the place of J you have to substitute 1, you get 3 minus 3, something but 0, 0. Similarly, the last one, A32, 1 by 2, 3 minus 3 of 2, 3 to the 6, 3 minus 6 is minus 3, you can take absolute value plus 3 by 2. So I get the plus 3 by 2. Now I am writing here, I am replacing each one now, matrix will be become now, A3 by 2 matrix, the first we get 1, 1 2 we get 5 by 2, then A21 we get 1 by 2, okay, A22 we get 2, A31 we get 0, A32 we get 3 by 2, okay. Now this is the answer for this example, okay, right? So this is very important, how to construct a matrix of 3 by 2, right, okay, just note down. So next types of matrices, right? So we have a column matrix. Another type is column matrix. Now see what is actually column matrix. So name it implies column matrix itself. So any matrix having only one column, only one column. Such a matrix we can say that column matrix. So matrix contains only one column. See for example, it is A is a matrix which has only one column. It's nothing but 4 rows, one column. So always the column matrix will be m by 1 order. So m by 1 order, always column will be only one column. It's called as column matrix. Similarly, row matrix. Row matrix is nothing but, again the name it implies, row is nothing but only one row. Any matrix which is having only one. See the same example in row wise. Suppose. So there is nothing but one row, 4 columns. See, from this one I can say that 1 by n. The row matrix will be always, the order will be 1 by n. Now, first column matrix will be m by 1, the row matrix will be 1 by n. This is the row matrix. Now we go for the square matrix. This is very important. Now, we see the square matrix now. So in the rectangular array, we see the number of rows and number of columns will be not equal. Then we call as rectangular matrix. But here square matrix, this is very important because so many definitions are based on the square matrix only. There are so many definitions defined only for square matrix. That's why it is very important. So clearly, the square matrix is nothing but any matrix, the number of rows is equal to number of columns. Number of rows is equal to number of columns. Such a matrix are said square matrix. That means if it is m by n matrix order, then m is equal to n, such matrix we can say that is a square matrix. Suppose if it is matrix Aij, it is m by n, where m is equal to n, such matrix we can say that it is a square matrix. Right? So a square matrix will be denotes, so most of the cases will be order will be the same. So I can go for n by n, or simply we can write this is nothing but the square matrix of order n. Square matrix of order n. That means n by n. If it is n by n, you can simply say order n. So always the square matrix order will be denotes n by n, m by n, like this. In a square matrix, so one more important point is the diagonal element. Suppose I go for taking one square matrix 3 by 3. See. So this is square matrix of order, you know this, 3 by 3, what we call 3 rows and 3 columns. So in that, the order, the elements which are A11, A22, A33. So suppose in n by n order, this nth order of square matrix will be like this, A and n. These are called diagonal elements. Which are called as diagonals. In this example, 1, minus 2, 6 are nothing but diagonal elements. They are nothing but diagonal. They are nothing but this, whatever we have lies in this diagonal, which are nothing but principal diagonal elements. Which are nothing but principal diagonal elements also we can say. Okay? Simply we can say that diagonal elements. This is very important in the square matrix. Okay? So, one more concept we have in the square matrix. So, simply we can say that the diagonal elements will be always, if it is Aij, in the matrix A in compact form, it is Aij, where I is equal to j are nothing but the elements which indicates I equal to j means the elements which are indicates principal diagonal elements. Is a compact form. And one more important definition in the square matrix, we see trace of a matrix. Trace of a matrix. This is very important. Trace of a matrix. So here, trace of matrix is nothing but sum of diagonal elements. Sum of principal diagonal elements or simply diagonal elements. When we are adding the elements, sum of whose elements which are in diagonal position. For example, this you can denote trace of A will be like this, TR of A. TR of A is a trace of A. For this example, what is the trace of A here is sum of the diagonal elements, 1 plus of minus 2 plus 6. When we simplify, this is 7 minus 2, 5. This is trace of A. Okay? Students, it's very important trace of a matrix. We have some properties also in by trace of matrix. So, when we go for the problem, we see that property, how we use the trace of matrix, alright? Okay. So, next we go for Next type of matrix here is diagonal matrix. Next we go for diagonal matrix. So in a square matrix, this is very important. Diagonal matrix in the sense, again the name it implies diagonal matrix. Diagonal elements are different, diagonal matrix is different. In the diagonal matrix, suppose let us see the non-principal diagonal elements. All the non-principal diagonal, actually principal diagonal elements are nothing but, suppose 3 by 3 square matrix I am defining for 3 by 3 square matrix. These are principal diagonal elements. Non-principal diagonal elements are zeros. The non-principal diagonal elements are zero. Such a matrix we can say that diagonal matrix. So diagonal matrix simply we can say that the non-principal non-diagonal elements are zeros, and such a matrix we can say that in a square matrix, the matrix is called as diagonal matrix. So if we go for the compact form, we can also write the diagonal matrix will be defined like this: Aij, where Aij is equal to 0, I should not equal to j. So I not equal to j in the sense they are not diagonal elements. So different elements will be present here is in the principal diagonal elements position, right? Based on this diagonal matrix, we can define so many again. So one more matrix is very important: scalar matrix. Scalar matrix. So very important. This is scalar matrix is nothing but in a square matrix, the principal diagonal elements are equal and the other rest are zeros. That means we can also say that in a square matrix, non-diagonal elements are again 0. The non-diagonal elements are 0, and the principal diagonal elements, whatever you have here, is they are equal. Say suppose we have Aij, I am defining Aij equal to 0, where I not equal to j, and Aij is equal to some scalar, suppose k, where I is equal to j. That means the elements for this 3 by 3, suppose I can write here is k, any scalar here, suppose k, I am writing here k. The principal elements are same, the rest are 0. Such a matrix we can say that scalar matrix. So by the definition, from the definition of scalar matrix also some problems is there for MSET or JEE. Okay, the principal elements are equal, the rest are 0. Such matrix we can say that scalar. This is also called as diagonal matrix also. Diagonal matrix is not a scalar matrix always, but scalar matrix is always diagonal matrix because non-diagonal elements are 0, the rest. Okay. So now we go for, after finishing this, the one more important definition is identity matrix. Identity, or we can also say that unit matrix. It's like in numbers 1. How we are in real numbers we seen 1 like this. In matrices, identity matrix also same like this. Identity or unit matrix. So this identity or unit matrix is always denotes I. If it is 3 by 3 order or 2 by 2. If it is 2 by 2, I 2 2. Simply 1 0 0 1. So 3 by 3, 1 0 0 0 1 0 0. What we have observed here is again the non-principal diagonal elements are 0. Or non-diagonal elements are zeros. The principal diagonal elements are equal to 1. All principal diagonal elements are equal to 1. Such a matrix are called as identity matrix. Always the identity matrix will denote I, capital R. Okay, this is very important, student. And see, this is also called as scalar matrix. This also we can say example for scalar because the diagonal elements are equal, non-diagonal elements are zeros. Okay, this is also called as diagonal matrix because non-diagonal elements are 0 and principal diagonal elements are equal to 1. Okay, this is example for diagonal. This is also example for scalar. This is also example for but this is not identity matrix. Okay, this is also not an identity matrix. So this will be specifically we will define like this. Next we go for null matrix. The last one is null. Null matrix is something but all elements of any order will be zeros. Such a matrix are called null matrix or zero matrix. Okay. We all know it, right? Suppose say always null matrix will denote O. Okay. If I take 0 0 0 0, this is null matrix of 2 by 2. All elements are 0. Such a matrix is called zero matrix or null matrix. Okay. Next we go for symmetric and before the symmetric we go for triangular matrices. In that triangular matrices we have upper triangular and lower triangular. This is very important. Upper triangular matrices and we have lower triangular matrix also. Here simple, upper triangular matrix is nothing but the elements which are below the principal diagonal elements are 0. So name it implies upper, but the zeros are below the principal diagonal. Remember, below the principal diagonal elements are 0. In the matrix form, if I say the matrix Aij will be upper triangular if where Aij equal to 0, I should be greater than j. For upper triangular matrix, Aij equal to 0, where I greater than j. See, for example, I go for taking a matrix A. So here this is simply upper triangular. See, here the position is nothing but here is second row first column, where I is greater than j. Such elements are 0. If I greater than j, this is a position we can say that A 2 1, and this is a position we can say that A 3 1. This is a position we can say A 3 2. In these three positions we see observe I will be greater than the j. Okay, so that's where I greater than j, the elements which are zeros, such a case we can say that upper triangular, and simply we can say that the elements which are below the principal elements are 0 will be called as upper triangle. Opposite this, below zeros upper, above zeros lower. So simple. Next we go for lower triangular matrices. Lower triangular matrices. So here also, if I say Aij is a lower triangular matrix, if Aij equal to 0, where I should be less than j, where I should be less than j. The elements which are above the principal elements are 0. See some example again. I go for the example. See this example. These are the principal elements. The elements are above the principal elements are 0 or not. Such a element, such a matrix, you can say that lower triangular matrices. Where I less than j means the positions observed here is, this is first row second column, this is first row third column, this is second row third column. See, 1 is less than 2, 1 is less than 3, 2 is less than 3. Where I less than j, the elements are 0, such a matrix is called as lower triangular matrix. These two combined we can say that these triangular matrices. When in triangular matrices, the matrix which is having both upper and lower, such a matrix we can say that again diagonal matrix. Suppose the example 1 2 3 we have here is 0. So this is called as upper triangular as well as lower triangular, because below the principal elements are zeros, which is upper triangular matrix, and above the principal elements are also 0, which is nothing but lower triangular matrix. So any matrix having both upper and lower triangular, those matrices also we can say that diagonal matrix. Already we seen in the previous, again we can define from here also. Okay? Okay students, this is very important concept, right? Next we go for symmetric and skew symmetric and some. And we have not discussed in the board also, we see in the next orthogonal matrix. Next. Okay, next equality of two matrices. How we define equality of two matrices is very important. So if suppose two matrices we have A and B are equal, when I can say that these two matrices are equal in the sense, so first case should be, they should be compulsory same order, the matrix of A and B having same order. If it is suppose n by n, it will be also n by n. If it is 2 by 3, it is also 2 by 3. So the first will be the same order. If we only the same order, we can't say they are equal matrices. So second case will be that each element of A and B, the corresponding element should be same. Each element of A is equal to the B elements which are corresponding to the element of B. That means corresponding elements must be same. Then only we can say that the two matrices are equal. The first condition will be same order. Then the second condition will be the corresponding elements are also same. Then we can say that equal. Based on this equality of two matrices, how the questions are given, the example. So they given these two are equal. Some values are missing here. We need to find A, B, C, X, Y, Z. Now I use a definition. So see, observe the order here is, this is 3 by 3, this is 3 by 3. And also they given they are equal. The symbol is A equal to B. Whenever that means A equal to B in the sense, definitely the two matrices are equal, the corresponding elements are also same. I use the definition of equality of two matrices. Now I equate the first column element, here also first column element here is x plus 3. Because x plus 3 corresponding element is 0, so x plus 3 is equal to 0. From that I get x equal to minus 3. Similarly, I go for z plus 4 is equal to, the corresponding element will be 6. Z is equal to 6 minus 4. 6 minus 4 is nothing but plus 2. Similarly, I go for 2y minus 7 is the corresponding element will be 3y minus 2. Sending up, it implies when I am adjusting 2y I am sending this side, minus 2 this side. So you get y is equal to minus 5. So now we got x, y, z. Now we go for finding ABC. See, here a minus 1. So a minus 1 is nothing but second row, second column element. Here the second row, second column element will be minus 3. So a minus 1 equal to minus 3. A is equal to minus 2 you get. Similarly, here 0, this is 2c plus. Here second row, third column element. Here is second row, third column element will be 2c plus 2. So I can equate 2c plus 2 is equal to 0. 2c is equal to minus 2. C is equal to minus 1. Now we want a, b we want. So b minus 3 should be equal to the corresponding element, the third row, first column. Third row, first column here is 2b plus 4. When I am rearranging this, 2b minus b, 4 comes here is minus 4 minus 3. So that is b is equal to minus 7. Now we got a, b, c values and x, y, z. Okay, this is clear. How we have the question based on the equality of two math. This is very important. Okay, student note down. Yeah, next, this is very important. If this is all the definitions for only square matrices, these are all defined for only square matrices. Now we see the name of the matrix and how they are defined. Nilpotent matrix. So we see in here is nilpotent, idempotent, involuntary matrix, symmetric, skew symmetric column. In the board level we will see in symmetric and skew symmetric. We already know this symmetric and skew symmetric. But now for MSET and JEE, these all are very important. Nilpotent matrix is very simple. So whenever you are multiplying any two matrices, suppose you get null matrix. So that is A square, and a matrix and itself when we multiply, you get null matrix. Such a matrix is called as nilpotent matrix. Nil means 0. Remember like this. Nilpotent matrix means nil means 0. So that's why A square is equal to null matrix. You can say that nilpotent. So whenever the matrix will be nilpotent, then its cube also you get 0. If it is power of 4 also you make it 0 matrix. Why? Because A square is null matrix. Again we multiply with A. Again you get 0. Okay. Okay, the students. So nilpotent matrix, whenever the nilpotent matrix is square, cube, whatever it is, you get null matrix. It's very important, right? Next, idempotent matrix. Name it implies idempotent. Identity. The matrix will be A square means the same matrix when you multiply. Again you get the same. A square you get A. Such a matrix is called as idempotent. This is also very important, very useful in problem solving. Right? A square is equal to A. When do A cube also you get A only. If it is idempotent matrix, not only A square is A cube is A power 4 is A, that means A power n is also A. Okay, this is idempotent matrix. It's very useful when we are solving the problems. Next, involuntary matrix, I for I. Involuntary matrix, when we are doing this, A square equal to I. When we multiply A with itself, you get identity matrix, that is 1 0 0, 0 1 0, 0 0 1, whatever it is, right? So remember, for this involuntary matrix, if it is power will be even number, that is A square, A power 4, you get I. But the power if it is odd number, that is A cube, A square into A, you get I into A. But suppose, let us see A cube, nothing but A square into A. A square, if it is involuntary matrix, A square is I into A. You know that any matrix will be multiplied with identity matrix, you get I A only. This is like 1 into 1. I is nothing but unit matrix. So I into A get A. So since from this we can say for even power of A, if it is I for involuntary matrix, when the power will be odd, you get A. You get A. Remember this. This is not for same like nilpotent or idempotent involuntary matrix. Next, symmetric you know very much. When we do transpose, you know that transpose means interchanging the rows into columns, right? Even though when you are interchanging into rows into columns, you can again get the same matrix. Itself you get, then such matrix is called as symmetric. This is very important, you all know on board level, right? Skew symmetric. So if it is transpose, you get negative of a matrix. Not exactly itself, it will be negative of itself, negative of a matrix A. So this is skew symmetric. Orthogonal matrix, whenever you are multiplying matrix and its transpose, you get identity matrix. Such a matrix is called as orthogonal matrix. In the paper, sometimes the question is given, how the question is given in the sense, A be this orthogonal matrix, then find A. Okay, like this. Whenever they ask orthogonal, we use A into A transpose is equal to I. Okay, Students, this is very important. Better screenshot it and note down. Okay.